Today I'm reacting to more cringy TikToks. This is gonna be horrendous.
Is this your favorite?
It's horrible.
Yo, are you Bryce Hall?
I am.
Can I interview really quickly?
Of course.
How old were you when you made your first million?
20.
How old are you today?
Bryce Hall, 20 years old with his first million. That's mad. That is mad.
You're just in the Rolex store. Are you cashing out today?
I didn't. I have a nice watch on though
Back one up.
right now, and I just got this. I shouldn't even be looking at more watches. This was a big purchase.
And how'd you make your first $1 million?
Doing the Renegade a lot, lots of Renegade
5167R class watch.
hip thrusting. It was great.
So social media made you a millionaire.
Yeah, social media did. Yes.
And if someone's young, they're watching this video at home, they want to make their first million through social media, how do they really do it?
OnlyFans!
Do you remember what's the most amount of money you made off one video?
It was 65,000.
You made a lot of money at a young age.
Yeah.
Is there anything specifically you could tell your younger self about money?
Don't buy Rolexes every 2 seconds.
Of course you do. You should buy Rolexes every 1 second at brideandpinion.com.
If you have a skinny wrist, you know how hard it is.
Yeah, you have skinny wrist. Yeah, a very skinny wrist. I love when women talk about watches. I think it's class.
Has your wrist size changed?
Yes,
since last week?
significantly.
Yeah.
It is mad.
Has your watch taste changed then?
I finally can wear some smaller watches, like watches that I had and I couldn't wear for many years, so I'm happy with
I want
that.
to see the Cartier tank in the next video.
No, off. Can't pull that off.
Is to find a watch that is cute, functional, high quality, and at a
Rolex 69173 would be perfect for you. A Longines is a really elegant Longines, smaller watch. Tissot is a smaller watch, which is affordable actually. The Rolex can be perceived as not affordable, but you can buy them for about 3-4 grand. I forgot the Tissot name actually. This is how shit I am with ladies' watches.
This is the Tisso Lovely Round. It's roughly $600, and I know it comes in different.
I like that watch. Very elegant. Raymond Wheel has something like that as well, by the way. That's cool. I like that.
What watch brand gives you the least amount of problems?
Rolex. Rolex movements are just very robust. They're tested to run +2, -2, and their cases, being oyster, meaning waterproof, can just withstand a beating, can withstand getting wet.
I
And
agree with what he says. Rolex gives us the least problems of them all. However, what he also states here that a Rolex always run +1 or -1, that is wrong. It does from the factory, meaning it runs 2 seconds fast, maximum a day, or it runs 2 seconds slow, maximum a day. That's only for watches that are just leaving the boutique. Of course, that's going to change the more the movement works, the longer and the older the watch is. So that is not completely correct. That also doesn't apply if you have your watch serviced by some random guy on the corner, because he can't regulate, or it is quite difficult to regulate it to +2, -2. Needs to be done by absolute specialists like we are, and Rolex.
How long does Rolex give like a warranty for the +2,
There's
-2?
there's no warranty on the
So
accuracy.
it's like, say in 10 years, could you go to Rolex and be like, this has started going slow?
Oh, it will go slower or faster within the first 2 months, but like it will only be a millisecond or a second, or it could even be off, depending what you do. If your watch get magnetized by, for example, airport securities and stuff, if you're close to a magnet, like Rolex can't control that. The warranty is of course on the parts that they don't break, not on how accurate the watch is. The watch left the factory certified +2, -2. But like I can walk past a big magnet today and have my movement magnetized. That's not Breitling's fault in this case. That's not anyone else's fault. That is my fault. Warranty doesn't apply to that, and you can really easy measure that actually. Well, basically the movement doesn't work. But what he says is true. Rolex gives us the least problems of all the watch brands in the world. It's insane.
Noah, what watch brand gives you the least amount of problems?
I'm gonna go with the most basic answer ever. I'm gonna say Rolex.
It's everyone. And people still argue, Rolex is shit, Rolex overpriced, blah. It's a load of bollocks, mate. What are you talking about? You're just a hater.
What watch brand gives you the least amount of problems?
Omega.
Why?
Coaxial movement's pretty good. I would say unless it's the older reduced models, some of those are a little finicky. All the modern stuff plus 1 or 2, 300 amplitude, they're really good watches.
What watch brand gives you the least amount of problems?
Omega, but I just can't remember the last time we had to service an Omega, whether it's a Seamaster, Speedmaster, Aquaterra. They're just killer movements. Their coaxial movements are unbelievably accurate and reliable.
What watch brand gives you the least amount of problems?
Probably Rolex.
Why?
I don't think we've had a Rolex that comes through this store that we throw on our time grapher and go through our checks to make sure it's eligible to put it on our shelves in retail that ever have like a major mechanical issue.
I hear what they're saying. They're trying to balance Omega and Rolex because that's always the forever question. But I don't think Omega is competing with Rolex anymore. I think they're competing with Tudor nowadays. We do get Omegas back, like we do. So yeah, for me it is 100% Rolex. I can't remember the last time we rejected a Rolex, and I can remember the last time we rejected an Omega. Guys, sorry to interrupt. dropped. I just want to order you to buy your next watch from prideandpinion.com. We're authorized dealers of all the maddest brands ever. Tissot, Hamilton, Ulysse Nardin, Raymond Weil. We sell everything from Rolex, Patek Philippe, Richard Mille, name it. Omega, no Hublot though. Anything from about 500 quid upwards. You need to buy your watch from Pride and Pinion, or if you want to sell your watch, I would love to buy it.
Great Christmas gifts.
There you go.
As we said before, the PRX.
Christmas. The PRXmas.
Get your PRX for Christmas.
Let her have it, son. Back to the video.
Be kind, sir. Dude, I don't have any.
Is this Ziv the Watch Guy reaction video, or what the is going on here?
On my wrist, how can you come naked today? What'd you say? How can you come wrist naked, man? Dude, I haven't been wearing any of my watches recently, but I'm going to get a pretty crazy one soon. I'm just waiting for the RM6702 to go down a little bit, and then I want in Italy.
He says he wants the 6702 Italy. He actually means the 6702 Auger, which is an absolutely insane watch. Mad light. And actually, a client and a friend of mine, I saved his ass, saved him from wasting £150,000 because someone offered him a fake 6702. That was yesterday. He wanted £150,000 for it, and I was like, that's cheap. I was like, you sure this is real, by the way? And I looked closer, and then I just didn't feel right. And then a good colleague of mine, who's very specialized in Richard Mille as well, he said, yeah, the color's super off. So, yeah. Incredible watch, though.
By the way, I love the haircut, man. Thank you. They're so much better, right?
I love the haircut. What the is it like?
Ziv the Watch Guy.
Ziv the hair guy. Listen, I gave him some shit. He doesn't deserve that. This is great. All right. Like,
I love watches, and one of my favorite things to do is to look for other watches to buy. It's my favorite activity on the toilet. I want to show you guys some of the...
I don't know who this guy is, but I love his vibe. I love his energy.
I think you just like the Mario Kart music in the background.
Oh, is that it? I like his energy. I like it.
The watches that I have recently found that I would love to get my hands on. The first watch is from a company called...
Oh, he has a lot of lovely Cartier Santos Ballon Bleu. I think it's such a gay watch, to be honest. Ballon Bleu is actually was introduced for women actually, but like they made a bigger version, and this is a male's version, but like it is quite gay, that watch, to be honest. But you can pick them up cheap, so that's good.
Brew, and I'm pretty sure you guys heard of them. They're pretty well known. They're a company based off of New York.
I like Brew, value for money, really good.
Retro style square watches, and they're based off of coffee machines or other sort of machinery. These chronographs are super unique looking. My cousin actually got one, and I got to hold it myself, and I said, yeah, this is sick. Another watch that I hear a lot about and I would love to get my hands on is a Trasca. Trasca is known for making these really high quality, really well
I've never heard of that.
built watches. They have quite a few collections, but my personal favorite is their GMT, the Venturer. They have a whole bunch of different color schemes, but the black one with the orange arrow on the GMT hand is so cool looking. And the more I look at the watches that I want to get, the more I realize that I'm a very basic type of guy. However, I do like some really cool, interesting watches, like this one. This is a French watch by Hublot. They specialize in having these circle hands instead of just having arrows.
I like this guy. I like this guy. I like his suggestions. It's a cool watch. I like that guy. I've never seen that guy. I like that guy. He's a good guy. Give him props. Big thumbs up. Like it.
This is one of those occasions where you live long enough to become the villain, right?
Live long enough to become the villain. What the f? They're talking about a watch, mate. Jesus. Holy relax. You do not have the authority to say something like that. I am the authority in this field.
The reason I say that is that the Tisso PRX a few years ago, everybody wanted to get a Tisso PRX, right?
Rightfully so. It is hands down, value for money, the best watch out there, and still is.
And we have the quartz, we have the automatic, and I absolutely love these watches, right? But it's something about the watch community to where when something is booming, eventually a lot of hate comes behind it.
The watch community. What the f are you talking about? Explain me the watch community. Like watch community, what are you talking about? A few people that stream about watches every day? Is that the community? Is that like what is the watch community? What are you talking about? Lad, let me be very clear. Those two watches look significantly more expensive than they actually are. And that's all I have to say. And what you're talking about watch community and this and that, look at this from a value point of view. Tissot is a premium brand, and you can buy a watch from a premium brand, a watch that looks significantly more expensive than it is, for like 300-400 quid. What are you talking about? As well as that, prideandpinion.com, that's where you buy your PRX.
Now, these are Swiss-made watches at a very, very good price point. So,
point made.
In order for you to get the quartz, you're talking about maybe $350, $400.
That watch looks significantly more expensive than what you just said.
And then for you to get the automatic, you're talking about maybe $600, $700, right? So great watches, great entry point to getting a very nice watch for your collection. But coming back to it, the watch community just has this...
The watch community has this what? I'm very curious.
Hate behind it. I don't understand it. I still wear my Tissos. I actually wore my gold Tisso for my wedding back in 2000.
So basically he's saying a few people on a forum dislike it and that's why he makes this video. Bro, you should be very proud of having that watch. I think it's a class watch. I don't know why you made this video because I don't get it, because you're actually promoting the PRX, which it deserves in every way, shape or form. But like, I don't know what you're talking about watch community. That watch you're currently holding in your hands is hands down the best watch you can buy. That watch created not just an incredible hype in the industry, it also brought in a lot of people in our industry. Carbon PRX class as well. What are we talking about?
And 22. So I don't understand what people are actually talking about here, but I love them. Love the one.
Nobody knows what you're talking about, mate.
Watches. But yeah, do you guys have a Tisso PRX? What do you think about Tisso? What do you think about the watch brand in general? What do you think about watches that are great, but then just somehow become this villain, or, you know, people just start to say, well, oh, it's not about the Tisso PRX anymore. It's about this, or it's about that. I just noticed that in the watch community, and it's kind of interesting.
You know what? He's very clear. He describes it very well. I didn't understand the point of the video anyway, but looks like a nice guy. Don't know what he's talking about. The PRX is hands down the best watch out there. And if people disagree with that, that's the beauty of the watch industry. Not everyone likes the same watches, but let me tell you one thing about the PRX. That's one of the most liked watches on the planet. Period.
Everyone starts with a Rolex, but if you want an alternative that really shows taste, here are 5 great...
Did he just say everyone starts with a Rolex? Very good.
Number 1, the Omega Speedmaster Moon Watch, the only watch worn on the moon. It's versatile, legendary, and it's
Incorrect. It's not the only watch worn on the moon. That was also a Submariner.
Number 2, the Cartier Tank. Pure old money elegance. It's slim, works with a suit, and it quietly says, you know style. Number 3, the IWC Portugueser. Clean, refined, it's not flashy.
Portugueser is definitely my favorite watch from IWC. I think it's in class. I think they're quite expensive nowadays, but like, I love that watch. I have 2 Portuguesers, love that watch.
It's the kind of watch collectors nod at when they see it. Number 4, the Breitling Navitimer. Bold, functional, and full of aviation history.
Full of aviation history, but this is a perpetual calendar. This is the first day I actually own this watch. This arrived today. This is my new watch, Johnny. Nico's new watch, perpetual calendar Navitimer. I always loved the Navitimer. I'm obsessed with the Navitimer. Owned several Navitimers throughout the years, but this is the most special one. A perpetual calendar, and I absolutely love it. Navitimer would say navigation timer, right? You can navigate that, and you can absolutely do that and calculate that, but this watch actually stems back from the Chronomat. And the Chronomat is now a complete different line. It looks completely different, but the first ever Breitling Chronomat looks like the Navitimer today, actually. It's quite funny. And Chronomat stands for Chronograph Mathematic. It was a manual calculator. You were able to calculate several metrics, including your fuel consumption on a jet. You need that as a pilot, of course.
And number 5, the Tudor Black Bay. Rolex's cooler, younger sibling. You dive into rich watch heritage, vintage looks, and amazing value. So which one would you buy first?
Absolutely agree. Every single watch in that is a banger. Absolutely disagree with what he said before, but that's completely separate. Every watch is a banger.
What's your favorite?
Navitimer. Yeah. Hands down.
All right, here are 4 watches that look expensive, but actually cost less than $400.
Well, let's go.
First up is the Citizen Suyosa. I love this watch and recommend it all the time because almost every time I wear it, somebody asks me about it. The bracelet really sparkles. It has just a really clean look.
I love the Suyosa. I think it's a very wearable watch. Value for money any day of the week. It will be a direct competitor for the PRX, and keep in mind the PRX is Swiss and Citizen is Japanese. This is budget-wise really good choice.
Comes in a huge variety of dial colors, so you can definitely find one that you love. If you want more of a casual dive watch, I love the Seiko SRPD line. You can't go...
Seiko, of course, it is a cold watch brand. As long as you don't pay more than $1,000 or buy $1,000 Seiko, you're fine.
Go wrong with the classic navy or black, but I think this rich green color is a bit more unique and really sharp. The only thing I personally don't love love is the offset crown, but that's obviously a matter of personal preference. I think the Orient Bambino is a perfect classic dress watch. It has a clean classic look, a 38mm case size that's perfect for those elevated outfits.
If Orient didn't make copies, well, Seiko did a few of those as well, but like Orient was really all in with like proper copies of Rolex watches. I would actually support them more, but the Bambino is a really good watch.
And it's honestly just a steal for around $200. And finally, back to Seiko with the beautiful Presage Cocktail Time. Super sharp looking.
Dewey Cocktail Time, absolutely agree. Really good watch. This guy is, yeah, spot on. Well done.